right, guys, I am back. Hasn't been that long, but like I said, I planned on doing a little mid-season playoff push type of video. Update you guys on all the stuff that's going on in the league, and yeah, you guys saw, I did the poll for the power rankings. That went pretty good. I appreciate all the 25 people who filled it out. The 7 of you who didn't, then fuck you. But before I get too far into it, I just wanted to shout out Dr. Malice, App2Valid, Strike, even Devo Poppy Bayboy for exceeding my expectations by a lot. Strike's got like 5 wins, I think. App's 8-4 winning this division. Dr. Malice is just rolling through the AFC East. And Devo isn't having a very good season, but he is doing a lot better than the 0-17 that I predicted. So before I got into it, I wanted to just say that no hard feelings, just a little guess based on past performances, things like that. But hopefully you guys can keep it up, and good luck. But like I said, we're just going to go over the power rankings a little bit of news, go over some trades if you didn't hear that I didn't go over in the first one. But just on the power rankings up, these are the people who moved up. Frank up 19 spots. Frank is Fatality. He's the Rams, 10-0. App2Valid up 17 spots from dead last to top 15. That's impressive. Florida's up 13 spots. Like I said at the beginning of the year, a lot of you guys don't know him, but Florida's nice. He'll be in the top 10 all year, if not the top 5. KPMR is up 5 spots. Strike is up 5 spots. And I think for the first time, if we've ever done a poll in FGC, he is out of the bottom 5. And Domino's up 8 spots. Also, TP Braves is up 12 spots. I don't know why it's so low. He's pretty decent last year. But and the people who fell were Terms down 4 spots. Cass is down 7. He's outside of the top 10 now. He's having a pretty average year, but it's to be expected. Young quarterback, Raiders. This game's a little different than last year. June, he's dropped like 7 or 8 spots down to dead last. Kokill's down 10 spots. Benny's down 11. Saluki, surprisingly, is down 11 spots. I don't know why. He's got a winning record with the Bears. So I didn't see why the shade towards Saluki. And McGee, the trash can with the Patriots, is down 11 spots in the 27 hole, barely outside of the bottom 5. He's got a few decent wins under his belt, but the Chargers beat the brakes off of him. But that's just the power rankings. I agree mostly. Obviously, I'm number 1, so I agree. Eddie was number 2, even though he had 2 losses and Frank had 1. But they just played head-to-head, and Eddie beat the brakes off him. So I guess it proves why he's 2 and why Frank is 3. Florida has been pretty good. Blevins, solid season. He's split with Turbo, but he has beat Eddie as well. So it's been a pretty interesting first half of the season. A lot of upsets. App2Valid beat Turbo. App2Valid beat he's got 8 wins. He's beat a lot of people, but he beat the shit out of TP. It's been a pretty eventful, like I said, first 12 weeks or week 12 or 13 of the season. And these were the power rankings you guys voted on. Like I said, I like them pretty much. Trades that went down, I'll go through real quick. Zeke to the Cowboys. Zach Martin in a second to the Ravens for Mark Andrews. Then Zach Martin retired. Delpit and Greedy to the Chargers. Joe Burrow got traded to the Lions. Bobby Wagner and Carsons to ATL for picks. The Steelers added Joseph and Micah Parsons for Minkah Fitzpatrick, and I'm pretty sure he got them to superstar already. Thank you, Peckin. Lions sent his top 5 pick to Benny, blah, 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 for trash. But I don't want to go over anymore. Then Term used his spoils from the Yankee trade to acquire Russell Wilson. 3 firsts for Russell Wilson is now a Steeler. The Hawks added Felipe Franks. They traded one of those picks for Josh Allen and NTN. Cole Kmet from the Bears to the Jets for a second, and Chuba Hubbard and a pick for Carr. So Carr is now in Carolina and trying to help our friend Lincoln fight for a wild card spot. Like I said, those are the trades. That's the power rankings. Won't go crazy into that. Other stuff, like I said, App2Valid's got some big wins. He's been doing this thing this year. I can't say that enough. Eddie just beat Frank was having a 10-0 season, and Eddie stopped that. I think that was a week ago. I think he just, like I said, I did some of these notes like a day ago, and we play so fast. But Eddie did beat him down pretty bad, ending his streak. Wayno upset Rye. That was pretty funny. Blevins and Turbo. Sorry, not TP. I don't think he'll like that. They split, even though Turbo's having an awful season with at least the top 3 team. We can all debate which team's best, blah, blah, blah. But the top 3 team, and he is pretty much out of the playoff race. He's got a long shot chance, but he's having a bad year. But luckily for him, he was at least able to save face and split with Blevins. So Blevins didn't have at least those bragging rights over him. But, all right. Besides that, I'm going to go to another slide. I got some upcoming games in the next 5 weeks. And the AFC and NFC playoff picture. Gosh, I distracted. First, I'm going to go through I'm going to try and run through the divisions real quick, give you everybody's record, little rundown. AFC North, we got Pittsburgh 9-3, Baltimore 5-7, Cincy and Cleveland 3-9 apiece. Pretty much Terms division. He's running away with it. Jake's pretty much throwing in the towel. Zach Martin retired on him. Even his players can see that he is not putting in the effort needed to win games. He said he might be league's new stepping stone. But he's usually decent. He's usually a lot better than that. 10-6, 10-7 type of player. Maybe he'll be able to bounce back. We'll see how it goes. But Term has made a lot of good moves. He is going to have a super team in no time. But that being said, it still won't be enough to beat me, as we all saw when I came back and beat Term, even though he was beating me by 14 points with 3 minutes left. But this is about the AFC North, not about me. Yankee wanted me to let everyone know his poor record is because his team has been injury-riddled. I don't know if that's fact or not, but he told me it is, and Yankee is my friend, so I believe him. Devo, like I said before, is not having a great season, but it's already 3 times better than I thought it was going to be when I thought he was going to go 0-17. The NFC North, much more competitive than the AFC North. Green Bay is 10-2, Minnesota is 8-3, Saluki and the Bears 6-5, and Joey is 1-10. Joey's doing Joey things. I was hoping this year maybe he'd take a step, but it does not look like it. He's making bad trades and playing even more poorly. But we will see if maybe adding Joe Burrow helps him out. Sal, like I said, was doing pretty good for the Bears. Had some tough losses. He lost to Devo. He's got some big wins. But it's a work in progress. Me and him made a pretty big trade. His team won't be ready for a year or two. So what he's doing right now is pretty good. And Florida is cheesing the fucking league with Chisena. I don't know what the fuck his name is. But I will know it soon. And it'll probably be engraved in my brain for the rest of the cycle. But Vikes are out. They're doing a pretty good job. I'm assuming they play the Packers here soon. That'll be a big rivalry all cycle. That should be fun to watch. I've played Florida and Eddie in many Super Bowls against, and spanning many, many years. So they're 2 of my longest rivals. AFC East, a lot less to talk about in that division. Miles is out on top. He's ran away with it. None of those guys are going to catch him. He has beat all those guys as well. There's not much to say. I thought McGee and the Bills guy, we'll get his real name one day. I thought they would be a lot better. Benny's about where I thought he was going to be, but he's blown a lot of games he should have won. He should have more wins than he does. But like I said, this is Mouse's division. The rest seem to all be non-factors and packing it up and waiting on next year. The NFC East, Chapo is not doing Chapo things. He is 7-5 only. Dallas is 5-6. Philly is 5-7, and Coke Kills and the Washington football team are 1-10. They are pretty close. I know J-Ro and Peckin hated to see Chop joining their division, but year one, it has not been that bad. Luckily for him, they have not been able to capitalize on his poor beginning play, and he is still in the lead with 5 losses. Cowboys and the Philly aren't too far behind, but I mean, they got a lot of games coming up, playing against each other, so they're going to have to make this work. And Coke Kills is already throwing the towel, blaming it on his quarterback, and we'll see if next year he can win his first 2 games and not tank the whole season. AFC South, I already did apologize to those guys. I said at the beginning of the year this would be our worst division, and it has not been. It's been one of our better ones. Indy is 8-4, the Colts, Jacksonville 7-4. Houston 6-5, Tennessee's 5-7. Like I said, some of these records are a little off. I took notes. Like I said, fucking 10 games get played every day, except for today. Fuck you, Grotty. But Aptoval and the Colts are out in front. They beat down on the second place team Jaguars, so he's really got a 2-game lead at this point. TP's been all right. He's up and down, very inconsistent. Big win over Blevins, then he gets beat by Frank. You know what I mean? He loses to Abtuval, throws a bunch of interceptions, makes a bunch of bad throws. But TP is in the mix. Looks like he'll probably make the wild card, if not, or win his division, one of the two. Grotti has been good with the Texans. I mean, he's got a lot. He's been playing a lot more than you guys. Not me, but a lot more than you guys. So he's making it work with that rebuilt Texans roster and getting wins where he can here and there. He's already got a few sims because of going to Vegas and not. So he possibly could even have a better record than he has now. But impressive nonetheless, and he's in good position to at least get one of those wild card spots if he keeps playing like he's been playing. Strike has been way better than I expected. Like I said, shout out for Strike to at least trying, I guess, before. I don't know if he's just giving up, but he's been getting some wins, playing hard. Titans, they got Derrick Henry and he's cheese, but they're not a super OP team, so he's doing his thing, playing smart, winning games, and I definitely like to see that out of Strike. NFC South, this is a the closest division, it looks like, and all their skill levels are pretty equal. Rise 7-4, the Falcons are 6-5, Tampa 6-5, Carolina is 6-6. Like I said, these records are a little wonky. I know Raj just played Peck, and I don't know what happened. So like I said, some of these records are a little off. But all these guys are one game apart. Like I said, they all are, in my opinion, similar skill level. Rye, I would say, if I had, to rank them, I'd say a little bit better than these guys. But I think Madden-wise, the Saints are the worst team out of all these other ones. I mean, I know the Falcons probably a low overall, but they got cheese and speed and good young wide receivers and things like that. So I'd probably rather have the Falcons than the Saints. But Rye is making work, doing his thing. Kaepernick doing his thing in FGC. We all like to see that. And we'll see how that plays out. The end of the year, a lot of big games in that division. It's going to be tough. AFC West, that's my division, right? Yeah, AFC West is the Chargers. I'm 12-0. Vegas 6-5. Denver 5-6. KC is 2-9. Again, it's not much to say about this one. I'm out in front. None of them are catching me, so I'm gonna win the division. June is out of the playoff hunt. Season's over with the best team in the game. Second best, third best, whatever you want to call it. But June is usually better at the beginning of the year. But this year he's been pretty brutal. But maybe he'll make a bounce back. Maybe he'll make a trade with me one of these years. Cass has been pretty average, like I said before. Big wins, bad losses. But he's got a young quarterback and a pretty average team, so it's going to take him a year, off season or two, to really get it how he wants to. But he's going to have to watch me win Super Bowls while he's doing that. Waffle is average. Like Waffle always is, even though he added Deshaun Watson. He's playing a little bit smarter, not throwing so many interceptions, but he still can't seem to get stops and get touchdowns. And the last division, NFC West, last but not least, Rams are 10-1. I think 11-1 now. San Francisco 7-4. Arizona is 4-7, and Seattle is 3-8. Wayno finally traded Russell Wilson, so he has a rebuild excuse for him to throw 100 interceptions with Felipe Franks. Speaking of Frank has been pretty good. To be assumed, he used to talk about how he was top 10 in the MUT draft. So, he's got more stick time on the game than you guys, or some of you guys, and he took a bad loss to Eddie, and then he bounced back, beat TP pretty handily. But his experience is segueing into wins, and he'll at least be in the NFC Championship game, if I had to guess, and maybe even in the Super Bowl. Excuse me. Blevins has been pretty good, even though he's been throwing a hell lot of interceptions, chasing the X factor for Trey Lance. 49ers are worse than years past, but still pretty solid team to start with. He's doing pretty good. He made some pretty solid moves. I'm interested to see what he does in the draft. Turbo, like we said, has just been ass. He's got the best team, second, third, whatever. Like I said, he's got a very good team, and he's been playing very badly. He should have a lot more wins than he does. But like I said earlier, he split with Blevins, so that helped him on this season. He did beat Eddie and Blevins weirdly, which is strange. But again, Turbo's season, unless he wins out and gets some luck, is effectively over. Again, that was just each division. Like I said, I've been trying to make sure I go over a little everybody, let you guys know I'm not forgetting about you guys, and that I'm paying attention as well. to your guys' seasons, and I'm not forgetting that I said you were going to suck and you didn't. But the playoff race, the Ravens, Philly, Arizona, I got them on there. The Ravens, the Cardinals, Titans, and the Bills are all like long shots. They're on the list, but they would basically have to win out, and then other crazy shit happen for them to get in, it looks like. So you can take that however you want. And like I said, up on the right, those are NFC and AFC. The top four are the division winner, the guys who are in the division lead as of right now. Nobody's lead in the NFC is safe. Frank's got a pretty good lead, but Blevins is like 2.5 games back, maybe 3. So I guess he's pretty locked in at this point. The Chargers, Jets, and Steelers have basically all locked their division up. They're basically locked into the playoffs. Like I said, Malice, I guess if he lost every single game after this one, I guess he might be in jeopardy, but that doesn't seem likely the way he's playing and the way his division mates are playing. And Aptu Valid, our boy, in the division lead, basically 2-game lead on TP. And as you can see up on these lists, that they play week 18, so that probably will be for the division if I had to guess. And some of these playoff hopes might be on the line. But like I said, I got weeks 14, 15, 16, or 14 through 18. A lot of big games upcoming. The NFC South, NFC East, AFC South, outside of Coke Hills are all just in a battle. That's NFC South, NFC East, and AFC South. They're all in a battle. They're all in position to either win their division and get in the wild card. So all these games at the end of the year, and I know a lot of them will be divisional games, will really matter towards who wins the division. That'll be interesting. Hopefully everybody's streaming. It'll be interesting to see some of these head-to-head battles take off. And then I'll just quickly go through each week. Week 14, Term versus Florida, TP versus Strike, Rye versus Malice, Chop versus me, Saluki and Eddie, and Frank and Turbo. I think that's the next advance we go to, maybe? Yeah, that's our next advance tonight. So that should be a fun week 14. I'm looking forward to that. Get to play Chapo tonight at 2 in the morning. I'm really looking forward to that. Week 15, we got Peckin and Chop, Grotti and TP, Strike and Term, Domino and Blevins, Rye, KPMR, and who's that? Florida and Saluki. Again, like I said, all these weeks, these are going to be some tough games. It'd be hard to pick them. It'd be nice if we had a little parlay system going on, do a little confidence pool. Week 17, Blevins and Strike. I don't know how much that one will matter. Like I said, if Strike loses one more game, he's probably out. But like I said, Strike seems to turn up against some of the old heads in FGC. Then we got Turbo and Aptu Valley, week 16. Chop and J-Ro, Frank and Florida. That should be a good game. Those top dogs in the NFC. KPMR and Lincoln, again, for the division. TP and Malice, week 16. Let me circle that one. I will be tuned in. And then we got me and Grotti, week 16. Okay, week 16. We're gonna circle that week because that'll be fun. Week 17. Lincoln, Rye, KPMR against Malice, Cass versus Aptu Valid, Chop versus Saluki, Turbo versus Peckin. God, these final weeks are all pretty good. Grotti versus Blevins, Waffle and me, and let's say Miami and Green Bay. I don't know why I wrote that one because Benny's out. I don't know. Maybe I just had a brain fart. And then week 18. And like I said, these games are all going to matter. I imagine people are going to be losers of these games will be bounced out of the playoffs. Peckin and J-Ro, Aptu Valid and TP Braves, Saluki, Florida, Lincoln, KPMR, Ryan Domino's, Strike and Grotti, me and my longtime FGC rival Cass and Frank and Blevins to close out the season. Like I said, it's going to be an eventful last 5 weeks. I'm really looking forward to it. Advances tonight after Grotti's fucking game. But that's it, guys. Like I said, I just want to recap, break down, go back, and go over a few things. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Good luck on your seasons. And I will see you all in the Super Bowl.